Hello and welcome to another anime reaction stream, and this time we are attacking one of the Spring 2026 anime. It's technically not finished yet, I think there's one episode left to come out, but obviously today we're only doing some episodes, so by the time I go back next time, all the episodes will be out. And yeah, I think this is maybe like the most watched anime of Spring, or one of the most watched, and something that people seem to be saying is amazing. Tongari Boushi no Atelier, or WeChat Atelier. Yeah, I've just seen that people seem really high on it. I guess about the witch, magic. I read that it's an anime that it had a longer production than normal, maybe like 3 years or something, and that the animation quality is amazing. That's what I've heard. I don't really know about the character, the story, anything like that. I just know that it's supposed to be amazing, so yeah, we're gonna watch maybe 4 or 5 episodes today, and then next time, or next week basically, we'll be finishing the rest. I'm interested. I'm very interested. It's very hot, so I have my fan on. Sorry if it's kind of noisy, but I need it or I would die basically. As always, this is a timer reaction, don't get your hopes up. You know, timer reaction. There's a timer, you bring your copy, you sync in with me. That is how we're watching it. I don't know if there's too much more to say. I actually know about the manga. Never read it, obviously. But as you can see, I have it on my plan to read. I think years ago, while being on my anime list and looking at like popular manga, yeah, this one has always been like in the top 100 rated, and so yeah, I just added it to my plan to read, but then I never got to read it, you know. So it's kind of cool that it's getting an anime. It's been going on for 10 years. It's by a mangaka called Shirahama Kamome. She's also a comic book artist, doing variant cover for the American publisher Marvel and DC. Oh, she was involved in like Star Wars Vision, for example. Okay, that's cool. First work was 2011. Okay. This is by Bug Films. Another studio that I can't think of much top of my head. Oh yeah, they're pretty new. Oh, they're the Zom 100 studio. Okay, I see. I mean, I guess I've heard only good thing about WeChat Atelier, but if you know, Zone 100 was pretty well animated, but I guess they ran into some big setback, and there was multiple delays, you know, where they skipped some week, and eventually I think the last 1, 2, 3 episodes had to be aired like way later than the end of the season or something. It was kind of a mess in that way. The show was well done, right? But yeah, the production seemed to have been a bit of a mess, but I guess it would make sense because it was their first production as a new studio, so I guess you can't blame them too much. Yeah, studio formed in 2021, well, end of 2021. Okay, I mean, again, I think Zom was good despite, you know, like, not publishing correctly or something. I think it was good, so who's directing this? Let's see, staff. Watanabe Ayumu. What has it done? Animation director on Doraemon movies. Okay. From the 90s as well, so it's been around for a minute. Okay. Yeah, mostly animation director is what I'm seeing. Episode director on some Doraemon. Okay, so a lot of Doraemon. Oh, he was in Ghibli too for some of the movie as a key animator. Oh, the director of Uchu Kyodai. That's a good one. Nazo no Kanajo X I've heard about. Gyaku Tensei by an anime. I don't think it was very good, but maybe not the director's fault, you know. Director of Major as well. Okay, he's done a lot actually. Yeah. Komi-san as well. Kimi no Mitsuma. Oh wait, he's also the director of Akane Badashi. Isn't that like airing right now too? That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess I'm pretty confident about the studio and the director then. Okay. But yeah, not much more to say, so let's watch this anime. So as you can see, this is how the reaction page looks. There's a timer. My version of the episode, so episode 1 for example, is 23 minutes and 40 seconds. It starts with like this black ink on white background effect. There's no logo before that, so I think it's basically straight into the episode. I'll do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. On go you press play, I press play. I think that's really the gist of it. Not too much more to say. If you're wondering as far as like what else I'm planning to watch, Akane Banashi and Nippon Son Goku. So far, like those are the 3 anime I'm planning to watch from this season. There's maybe others, but top of my head, that's it for now. I think next week we'll finish Atelier and also start Nippon Son Goku. I think, yeah. I might have already set up the stream out. I forgot. I think I did that when I was tired a couple days ago. But yeah, let's watch episode 1 of Tongari Boushi no Atelier in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Is an athlete from the day they are born? Okay, I hope you're synced in. Looks very pretty. Kawaii. She's voiced by new voice actress Motomola Arena. She was a character in Shiboyugi and Maibashi Witches. It's a cool looking deal. The head is a bit like a dog. That was fast. Wow, that's such a beautiful, idyllic kind of place. It makes you want to lay down and relax. Yeah, of course. That'd be boring otherwise. Try to jump, it will work. Oh wow. Some kind of Pegasus, but they have the wings on the side of the neck. Okay. Man, this background. Very Ghibli, this background. She's so animated. The minute details are great. Oh. Gojo Satoru. Ikemen. So she has like a clothing shop. Coco. Kawaii. Can the mom not see it or something? Which means that Coco actually has magical power because she can see it. Man, this is a good looking anime. The texture on so many of the different little things, right? The clothing. That's a skill. If I did that, it would be all over the place. I see. It's fucking cool. I know the seiyuu. Always playing shifty characters. Kawaii. Yabai. Seems like a scam. This is the classic thing about, talent. If you're not born with talent, don't even try. But no, actually you should. Make it up with hard work and What happened? I see. They spooked the horse. Key free. The art is interesting, it's so sharp. In anime, they often do that where, like, witch can be male and female, right? There's no difference between, like, witch and sorcerer. It doesn't really matter, I guess. It's the same. They really are good at getting in trouble. Are they picking on them changing? Curtains. Same. No one's changing. Disappointing. So it's not just cast a spell. Interesting. Hopefully, this series has a lot more of that, since obviously magic is often very boring in most fantasy series where it's just, cast your spell. I like magic with more steps. She's so dirty. That's cool. I used to have like this kind of stylish ink pen when I was in school. They felt really good to write compared to like a big pen or something. Though you see you didn't treat them in ink, they were already like coming with ink. But they were very stylish. Yeah, it's probably not that simple. You probably need like perfect penmanship or something. Cool. Omelito. Kawaii. But is it really that simple? Like, you don't need any kind of mana or anything? It's literally just drawing something? Or is it gonna turn out that she does actually have some mana or something? Yeah. You might just suddenly like draw an explosion circle or something. Tracing. Twitter artists are gonna be mad. Don't do it. They're gonna flame you. For good reason. Yeah, right? Is the explosion magic? Did she actually just do an explosion magic? Whoa. Whoa. That's cool. Is our mom gonna die? No. That'd be fucked up. Run! That's unfortunate. Or maybe she's just gonna be sealed and the journey is gonna get strong enough to unseal her. Phew. Car movements are so animated. That's why you don't play with things you don't understand, you know? consequences of your action. There's a chance. They're telling me there's a chance. Magic. Let's go! Now that's a good setup. Huh? Love it. Oh, and we come out of a picture book, of course, yeah. Sick. Love it. Episode 2. No spoiler for me. Okay. Very, very strong episode 1. You guys know how much of an advocate I am for, like, you know, how much you need to nail an episode 1 in shows. Especially as someone who long time ago had dropped the 3 episode rule, right? Like, I will drop a show in 5 minutes if there's, like, you know, the way it's directed, the way it's paced, you know, the genericness of the character. Like, in 5 minutes I will drop something if it feels bad. So yeah, frankly, this was great. This was great. I mean, from the beginning, the show looked incredible. I think, like, the praise I can give to the character animation, the movement, the little details in the movement, it's really high quality. I don't actually think they're gonna keep up this quality for the full show. It's probably like a thing of, you know, impressing people with episode 1, but it's really good looking. The backgrounds are gorgeous. And yeah, you could say, like, it's a pretty straightforward episode 1, nothing too deep, right? Some kind of sassy being gave some forbidden magic to the girl who doesn't have magic. Then she messes up, steals her mother, and now the whole show's journey is going to be about getting strong enough and finding the truth to save her mom, right? But it's a great setup. I mean, I like it. I like it. I kind of hope that the show doesn't turn too much into, like, fighting magic. I don't know. Right now it's, like, hard to tell if it's going to be like that. I hope it's a lot more slice of life magic, you know? Yeah. We'll see, but awesome first episode. Really into it. Really into it. Okay. I'm glad this is good. You guys know how much I like classic fantasy, you know. And this feels like it. Okay. Let's watch episode 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. An atelier, I see. I see, I see. Opening. Opening. I've heard this before. I mean, I usually react to some of the opening of the new season, right? Yeah, I think I have. It's yeah. It's even the Sui from Yoshika. That's right. I reacted to it. Yeah. Not the visuals though. Gorgeous. Alors, a lot of Moe character. Oh. Please be a magic show more focused on like daily magic than fighting magic, please. Like Flilen is half like that, right? But I just want more of that. Just stopping in a small village and helping with some simple magic. I love all the framing. I mean, she's probably very depressed, yeah. I just potentially killed my mom. That's cool. Wow. You could just put your face in it. Wow. Imagine this in summer, like, that's great. Just. How many sweater? Kawaii. I know that voice. Haruki Kurumi. Oh, actually, this is our first role. Very first role ever. Arigato. Kudere. Kawaii. Another new voice actress, more or less, Tsukishiro Ika. She was Alma in Alma-chan Wakazoku ni Naritai. You're at work. Enjoy the vol. Are they gonna be mad because it took them years of hard work to get here or something? I see. So the magic is in the ink. It's really not you. You don't have mana. Of course. Je suis cancellate. Teleportation without doors? I feel like erasing memories is way worse than some of the other spells that are banned. Cool. Windowy. So there's monsters in this world, huh? Okay. Nice. Sure. Kawaii. Not alone. That's cool. I really like the architecture of this atelier. It's unique. Oh. Just flying. Wow. She's voiced by Yamamura Ibiku. Le character Middle East, Lord Royal Inuma Musume. She's done a lot. Bitch. Classic bullying. I wonder, like, if you can boost yourself, you need to basically draw like a tattoo or something. Looks very cozy. too hard. Studying is the hard part. It's hard. Like anything, I mean, it's cool until you have to study for it, you know? Right. Well, that's quite the squirt. This is not fire or something. It has to be a drying spell. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like it's gonna be a classic just to become the best of friend, right? Once she's proven herself or something. It's the classic, you know, rivals to enemies, no, rivals to friends thing. Ending. Okay. Really liking the show so far. I mean, it's simple, right? I mean, it's a pretty straightforward story, but as I always say, I love simple fantasy stories. And this seems to be it. It won't try to be too deep about any kind of commentary. It won't try to like switch any kind of trope. It's gonna be very straightforward, but quality straightforward. And I can't complain. Like freedom, I guess, you know. Tsukushi no Roi by Nakamura Ak. I like her voice. Okay, okay, well, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I'm liking it. Let's continue. I mean, I guess, you know, thriller does have like one difference, right? Like, on one side, it's a simple fantasy story. The big thing that stands out is the emotional core, right? You know, like an elf on a road to um, trying to be more normal, trying to feel things a bit more, to deal with like time and emotion and stuff like that. You know, that's the one thing that stands out, I guess. Episode 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That's a scary place. I know that voice. Man, that's the design. Miyuki Sarashiro, right? I was wrong. Mitsui Shikotono, I was wrong. But yeah, she's a legend too, so fair enough. I love this kind of thing. I remember like when I was young in the school library, there used to be some of those kind of 3D books, you know, where like you open a page and it's kind of like laid out in a way where the paper kind of like stands up like you know, like a stage theater set or something. And I always thought they were like the coolest freaking thing when I was young. They never really had like interesting story or something, but in terms of aesthetic and visuals, they were really really cool. I love flipping to those kind of books when I was young. Yeah. I mean, they're mostly picture book, I guess. Not really, you know, story or anything. I love this visual. Okay. This is definitely gonna be more dangerous than advertised. Thanks. I don't know how much I like putting the shoes of someone else. Maybe I should have studied more before this, no? Interesting. Man, what is this? Balloon. Like mini planet balloon sim? It's visually cool. It's crazy, though. Wow. Is it that easy? I feel like you would need to really get used to it in terms of balance, right? Like riding an overboard, a bike, skates or something. Yeah, okay. That was funny. And yeah, that was only the second try. It reminded me the first time I went snowboarding. Literally from like 9 a.m. in the morning to almost 4 p.m. I would not be able to stand on it without falling down for more than 5 seconds. And it's only literally at the end of the day that I managed to slide down a full slope for like a minute or something. And the boat was very slow, right? Like, I'm not a balance guy. Yeah. Indeed. What are you? That's cute. A bit creepy but cute. Wow, at least it was wetter. Yeah, okay. It's so well animated. Did you memorize it? Just improvise, I don't know. It's just jealousy, same, you know. I put the hard work and she didn't. I feel like she might try to go help her. She seems like a really nice girl, you know. Who cares? You've already done it once. At this point, might as well go all in. So cute. That's cool. I like the design of these flowers. Okay. It's really cool that, um, like our skills as a, what's the word for it, like a close handler, um, is coming into play with this, right? This thing is really cute. Is it gonna become a familiar, basically? It reminds me of Nu, I think it's called, or Nuko, in Girls Last Tour. I'm sure something's gonna go wrong. That's cool. That's a great shot. Like, so many of the background shots could be wallpapers. The Ghibliest moment. Yeah, I can see that. Man, the sky, the clouds. Oh, overshot. That's a really cool, like, new version of a flying broom, right? It's very unique. Beautiful music. Coco's delivery service, I guess so, yeah. That's very close to that. For your mom, come on. You can do it. The animation quality is ridiculous. This is movie budget. And she's fine. She might not get as frank in terms of time that it took, but let's go. A lot of XP from this. But at least now she's actually proven to the others that she belongs, right? I mean, it is kind of his fault, you know. This is clearly like a meritocracy kind of thing, so yeah, if the girl just come out of nowhere, well, the others had to work hard for years to get here, of course they'd be mad. But now, it's proven that she is worth it. A blue witch. Kawaii. The girl is fangirling. Very nice. And again, a very classic development in this kind of show. Oh, this thing was watching. This witch. Interesting. So it wasn't random, maybe, that he gave her the book? Like, maybe she has some kind of special potential or something. Great episode to end the stream. Good, good, good. Thank you, Leonard. So yeah, great episode. I mean, on one side you could say it's the generic thing, right? The new girl recruited without taking the time to get here needs to prove herself to the other girls. Like, it's very classic, but it's so well done. I mean, on one side, you know, even if the plot was terrible, like the animation alone, as a fan of animation, makes it fun to watch. But again, well, it's not like anything new. It's just well done. Like, there's some magic to the plot, and I don't mean like literal magic, but you know, there's some wonder to this location, to this creature, to this like tiny round piece of earth, to the flowers, to the way she needs to figure out how to fly. You know, it's so formulaic if you want, but it's so fun to watch. It doesn't need to be original or something, right? Yeah. It's very nice. It's very nice. I very much enjoyed it. Let's watch the next one. Episode 4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It looks amazing. I actually feel like I've seen some of those symbols before. I don't know in what. What are? Of course. But I'm wet. So cute, this little thing. It's kind of like a ferret, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. When I was young, there was a guy I knew, and I went to his house a couple of times, who had a ferret, and they were very playful in a way. They would just kind of like roll around and just flop around, I guess. It was cute. It was very cute. Yeah. I liked it a lot. But yeah, really enjoying the show so far. I think it's a lot of fun. I can see why it's so popular. Whoa. calme. Cool design. With a giant lighthouse in the middle, or tower, I guess. Wow, a lot of unique design on that, on those items. A lot of which use your flame magic. There was something. Nice tree. Well, she's new. Oh, this is literally gonna be the Harry Potter scene with Ollivander. Except, of course, it's a pen and ink, not a wand. Is it the case like you need a specific one only compatible with her or something? Interesting. So what happens if someone destroys the tree? In the background you could see the creature just going around the blue girl. She's being baited to follow him. Yeah. He's gonna tell us some cryptic stuff, I assume. Looks like an absolute maze. Yeah. Yeah, you've been baited into something. Some kind of magic world or something? At least they're all together. Monster, dragon. Dragon, called it. So we are doing fighting in this too. We just learned flying, how are we gonna fight? Well, maybe the other girls have some fighting magic, I don't know. It's a dragon. It's not a wolf, it's not a bear, dude. Why is it waiting? Like, Nigerundayo. Okay, I mean. Fire. I guess that's fighting magic. So it's not a fire dragon. This place reminds me a bit of a revolutionary girl lieutenant. Hello Jed. Hello reaction. Enjoy, enjoy. And thank you. Thank you, thank you. Magic is possibilities. It's really funny the idea that they have like a bunch of what's basically, this little like post-it, I think it's called. Um, the stuff that you put on your fridge or something, right? And that's what they use to do their magic. That's funny. We need to learn the lesson with this kind of mistake. That's low. It is really scary with the black and white look. But I like that they don't have boring hats at least. They have stylized that. I want to drip my hat too, if I'm rich. Is this thing actually like important? I'm kind of glad. I was kind of expected that this would drag for a while, the fact that she wouldn't talk about this spooky dude. So I'm kind of glad that this was told to the teacher early and we got some context. Um, yeah, good episode. Maybe a bit more on the, again, like, so far I would say this show is definitely on the generic side, and you guys know that I always do a disclaimer about that. I used the word generic a lot, and I always like to clarify. Sometimes I do mean it in a generic and not interesting, but in a case like this, I mean generic but interesting, right? Like, it's not doing anything fresh here so far, except maybe, you know, the use of magic, like the way she was framing the room. I've never seen that. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward, right? Even the way the story is going, but it's just completely told, right? And I like it. I don't think it needs to, like, so far it's not really a show that seems to, you know, want to do anything too original, right? It wants to be a good, straightforward fantasy anime. You know, not fall into the trap of like trying to subvert expectation and then do something terrible, like a lot kind of end up doing, I feel like. So again, I appreciate that, you know. Like in this episode, I can't say there was anything like greatly surprising, right? I mean, a lot of what happens feels like cliches and generic, but in a good way, in a way that it was handled well, the characters were portrayed well, you know. Like, it was fun to watch without being particularly anything fresh or deep, if that makes sense. And I'm fine with it. That's my take on it, yeah. Yeah. Like, not every show is gonna be Dungeon Meshi in terms of, like, you know, trying to be original with a straightforward, like, fantasy adventure. Yeah. Okay, let's watch the last one for today, episode 5. Reset the timer. Episode 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. These two really have the most potential to get close right now. Kawaii. The friendship is on. This looks so comfy and fluffy, like seriously. You want to be in it. I mean, it did stun him for a second. Makes sense. If they beat a dragon in episode 5, I mean, come on. Where are we going from there? Nice girl, as always. The power of friendship, no? Tsundere, let's go. I don't know. Sand? That's sand? She's really funny, this one. I guess let people do what they're good at. It's definitely the classic cliche of stories like this, right? Where they all speedrun their training because they keep being put into like life or death situation, right? Rather than just normal school training, you know? It's the classic thing to speed up a story like this. Fireball. That's a cool name. Talent. Come on, she literally just speedrun it. The flying looks so fun. Brooms are cool, but I'm kind of into this like flying style that they have. it's not like a Dragon Ball style of literally just flying without any visual representation, right? Like you're almost just floating. Here they have like, you know, this kind of boost on the show, and it looks cool. It looks cool. Whoa. Good thing Mr. Dragon is a good guy, you know. He's giving them time to do their things. Wow. You know, this place actually looks like the Wekumundo from Bleach. I think it's a similar idea of making this look super simplistic in terms of architecture and colors and literally no details. So it's much easier to draw and represent the character action and the other effect, right? Okay. Dragons are basically just big dogs. Like, yeah. Now I want to pet it. This is actually nice, rather than just defeat it, just solve it another way. That's how you notice. It's just them coming out. I guess not. Wow. Again, the animation. Freaking hell. Please don't kill the dragon, he's just a good boy. Wow. Holy shit, the effects. Majestic. A fire dragon? Leave the dragon alone. Wow, into a flower. The golden hue on this water. The water animation is insane, like that's almost Ponyo level animation. That's crazy. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I guess we need a villain. This was all quite the ordeal. I mean, I want to blame the teacher a little bit. He's not very careful, you know. But also she's not very careful running after the guy. Scary. Is there more to our teacher than being just a nice guy? That would be nice. Good question. Okay. Okay, well, another episode where I can say the exact same thing, right? Like on one side, you can't tell me that this wasn't, like a very generic way for Stick to play out, right? Like they got closer, they used the power of friendship. She proved herself once again, making the girl like her. They worked together to overcome the odd. Not simply with violence, but with another idea. But eventually the teacher came in. He all found by being a cool guy with crazy powers. The bad guy saying, all according to Keikaku. It's all straightforward, right? But I don't really mind it. I like the characters, and obviously, like, the cherry on top is the presentation. Like, some people might say that, I often talk too much about animation, maybe, or art style, and how much I enjoy it, right? And, with an episode like this, and some of the scene in this that were absolutely breathtaking. Like the water part was absolutely insane. I mean, I'm definitely rewatching that part. Anime water can look good, but with waves of that detail of animation, I think the only time I've seen something of that level is probably like Ponyo by Miyazaki and Ghibli. So it's kind of insane to see this in a TV anime, even though it was only for like 30 seconds, right? Compared to Ponyo, which is a movie. Yeah, that looked insane, absolutely insane. And again, it's not just animation, Sakuga in terms of like movement, it's also like the consistency of their style, the visual effect, right? The special effect, if you will. The coloring too was insane, like the golden style of the water at first was just breathtaking. Yeah. Again, it's a pretty straightforward show so far. I mean, I could understand some people. I mean, not that I've really seen the reception of this show outside it was positive, but I can imagine that some people will say this isn't great. I mean, some people did really don't like freelance, so it's kind of the same. For me, this is very similar to freelance, right? Like in some way, you can say it's not that deep, and it still plays into so much of the trope of a classic like fantasy magic journey, But I really don't mind it. But I guess I just like classic fantasy with no twist and bullshit. Yeah. So, really enjoyed what we've seen so far, but yeah, we will continue and finish it next week. Again, the final episode isn't out yet. I think it'll be out in 2 or 3 days or something. So, I really enjoyed what we've seen, and yeah, that was just incredible. Hope you enjoyed the reaction today. Like, subscribe, comment as always, and I'll see you guys next week for more WeChat Atelier. See you.